There's recent reports of extremely poor living conditions in military barracks for our troops. In light of the billions of dollars going to Ukraine, this is unacceptable behavior by our military leaders. Hi folks, and welcome back to the Storm and Cellar. Okay, this is my pissed off rant for the week. While illegal migrants are living it up in nice hotels in New York City and other places throughout the United States, your U.S. servicemen and women are living in squalor. The General Accounting Office has done an extensive survey of military barracks and dormitories and found that too many of them have encountered extreme health risks from black mold, unsanitary water, sewage overflow, and inoperable fire systems. Many military barracks don't even meet DoD requirements for privacy or amenities. I look at the first sergeants as the front line of defense for commanders to understand what's going on with their enlisted troops, especially quality of life in barracks and dorms. So when so many first sergeants have not only identified problems but have reported them to commanders and nothing is done, I have to wonder where the problem is. Has the information been up-channeled? Has the senior base leadership put the barracks and dorms at a low priority? Or even worse, does senior military leadership not give a crap? Whatever the reason, it's totally unsatisfactory. Now, the U.S. military leadership is perfectly willing to send billions of dollars to Ukraine, but not take care of the very troops that will be called upon to serve in combat for this nation. This is a travesty. Now, don't get me wrong. Military personnel are perfectly willing to endure hardships in the field, as they do all the time, but when back in garrison or their home base, you'd think the leadership would care enough to provide clean and sanitary living conditions to their young troops who live in the barracks and dormitories. Now, this isn't a problem for just younger troops either. Many of the base housing units is a travesty as well. Several years ago, the DoD outsourced the management and upkeep of military housing to private contractors. For the most part, they've been woefully irresponsible in their jobs. Even more so, the military leadership has been extremely derelict in not holding the contractors accountable as well. The senior leadership is more concerned with spending millions of dollars on woke training that they fail to meet the basic needs of military personnel. In one of my recent videos, I discussed the tragic actions of many Army military bases failing to provide food to younger soldiers. At one base in Texas, 8 out of 10 dining facilities were closed because of deployments and funding. I'll leave a link for that video in the comments section below. Look, recruiting is terribly broken, and is there any wonder why? The Army missed its fiscal 2022 goal by 15,000 soldiers, and the other branches barely made their quota at all or had to pull extensively from their pools of delayed entry applicants. With fewer and fewer unqualified applicants to join the U.S. military, you'd think the senior leaders would try to hold on to the troops they already have. Also, more and more military parents are not encouraging their young adult children to enlist in the military. They remember a time when the military was a good life, even with the hardships of being away from family and constant moves and changing schools for their kids, and that was acceptably endured. Now, with living standards below third world countries and troops treated worse than illegals, they're just saying no to their kids. For those parents who haven't been keeping up with the poor military leadership in the news and their constant failure to lead, let me make a recommendation. Until the senior leadership decides they're serious about taking care of your sons and daughters in a manner that is representative of a decent quality of life, or until they start prioritizing what's important in building and maintaining an effective military to give your young folks a decent chance of survivability in combat, do not encourage them to join the military. If they want to join and take their chances, okay, that's on them, and there will be no need to complain later. As a commander, I've always said, treat your airmen as if they were a fine-tuned car. That means take care of them. Make sure they're fed, billeted properly, and know what problems they might be enduring that might make them less effective as a team member and to execute the mission. Folks, regrettably, I'm not seeing that in today's military. God help us if we continue to go down this path of destruction of our services. So what do y'all think? Let me know by leaving your comments below. If there's any first sergeants out there, let me hear what you have to say. If you found this video informative, hit the like button, subscribe, and share with your friends and congressmen. So until next time, make sure your takeoff and landings equal.